In this video, I'm going to be installing this two-stroke performance medium compression head on my 2024 KTM 300 EXC TBI. You can see I've already removed the tank and I've washed the bike so it's nice and clean, especially in the engine area. And I've blown off any dust and dirt on the frame, cables, etc. So nothing can drop down into the cylinder when I have the cylinder head off and I'm working on it. The first thing I'm going to do though before I proceed and remove the cylinder head is to do a compression test. And that's what the stock spark plug looks like after 42 hours of use. It's quite dark, but I haven't had any problems with fouling, and the bike has been running reasonably well. And I've connected my compression tester, which is a OTC 5606. I'm using an M12 long adapter, and my location is about 25 meters above sea level, so very close to sea level. And I'm going to crank it over and measure the compression. And I'm getting pretty much exactly 210 psi. And I'm going to repeat the measurement for all those people who say you must have the throttle wide open when doing compression testing to see if there's a difference. The first time I had the throttle closed. And it measures exactly the same, 210 psi, even with the throttle fully open. So it makes no difference whether you have the throttle closed or open for compression testing. Even with the throttle closed, it's still partially open, or the bike wouldn't run and idle. So now I have my compression reading for the stock head, and I'm going to compare that to the TSP medium head compression after I've installed it. Okay, so now I'm going to start the install, and the first step is to drain the coolant. And on the 2024 bikes, the coolant drain is the lower bolt on the water pump housing. You can tell because there's a copper washer behind it, and it's the lowest bolt. So I still have the radiator filler cap fitted, so you'll always get a little bit of a trickle coming out when you loosen the bolt, but you won't get a huge pour of coolant coming out. And then I've got a funnel and a bottle ready, and then I'm going to loosen the radiator cap. Okay. And I've reinstalled the coolant drain bolt, and make sure you have the copper washer fitted. And the torque for this is 8 Newton meters. So make sure you don't over torque it. It's not particularly high. And I should note that the 2024 model radiator cap, I find quite difficult to do by hand. I can do it if I really try really hard. But I purchased a tool. This one's made by Bulletproof Designs. I know various ones are available. This just fits over and gives you a lot better grip and leverage to get the cap off. So you have to push down and then twist it like that. Without the tool, it's way more difficult. The next step is to remove the coolant hose from the top of the cylinder head, and the hose fitting, you can use a 7mm socket or a screwdriver. I prefer a socket. You're less likely to damage the fitting. Okay, now I'm ready to remove the cylinder head bolts. I'm going to loosen all of them first in a crisscross pattern. And now I've loosened all the bolts, I can remove them fully. Okay, I've removed all of the bolts now, and I've tried to remove the head, but it's stuck on there pretty well. So I'm going to use a rubber mallet, give it a few taps. Be careful if you do need to do this, and definitely don't use a hammer. Don't use a screwdriver to try and pry it off. There we go. And lifts off with a couple of taps. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the O-rings. So there's one on the outside. The kit comes with new O-rings. So the outer one on my bike is green, and the inner one is black. And that's what the inside of the cylinder looks like. I've moved the piston down to bottom dead center. Lots of oil in there, which is always a good sign. I've looked all around the front and the rear areas. There's no significant damage. Some areas of light marks, but nothing significant and nothing I can feel with my fingernails. So all looks good. And here you can see what the top of the piston looks like. It has a fairly even coating of carbon. And this is what the inside of the stock head looks like after 42 hours of use. This is the intake and the exhaust. And it definitely looks as though it's been running rich. It's quite wet, black deposits on the exhaust side. This black square here, I think, is a QR code printed on the inside of the cylinder head, and carbon's collected on it. Not really a great idea. Not sure why they did that. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to clean it up a little bit and then use my shape tool to have a look at the shape of this head and compare it to the two-stroke performance head. Okay, so here you can see the stock insert on the left and the TSP insert on the right. You can see some clear differences. The squish band is a lot broader on the TSP insert compared to the stock insert. Also, the transition from the squish band into the dome is a lot sharper on the TSP insert compared to the stock one, which is quite beveled in this area. Also, the dome shape is quite different. The TSP insert has a flat top of the dome, whereas the stock insert is quite curved in this area. And I use my shape tool to trace out the differences, and you can see the TSP I've put below the stock, and it's quite flat in this area and more curved on the outer section compared to the stock, which is a more even curve. And I also measured the squish. The stock squish is 1.8 millimeters. It's very slack, whereas the TSP is 1.0 millimeters. So it'll be interesting to see what compression differences there are when I do my compression test for the TSP insert. Okay, so now I'm ready to install the TSP head. You can see the insert here. I've removed the O-ring and I've applied a small amount of silicone grease. The grease will allow the O-ring to seat correctly and help prevent pinching. Also, it will keep it in place, so always recommend using silicone grease. And you can use a spark plug. The spark plug doesn't lock the insert to the cover, but it does allow you to hold it easily and stop the insert dropping out when you're putting it on the cylinder. And I'm going to install the new O-rings provided in the kit. I've applied some silicone grease to these as well. Thank you, Rex, for helping. And I should also note that I have cleaned off the top of the cylinder to remove any carbon, coolant, etc. Okay, so both of the O-rings look as though they're in place, and it looks all clean. Looks good to install the head. And when you're installing the new head, one important thing is to get the orientation correct. On the TSP head, it has an arrow here, which needs to be pointing forwards. So the coolant hose connection is actually off to the right-hand side. And the kit includes new copper washers, so I've installed those on the bolts. Okay, so I have all of the bolts partially installed, so I know the head is aligned correctly, and you can move it around and confirm that it's lined up correctly before you start tightening anything. Okay, so I have all of the cylinder head bolts installed and snugged down loosely by hand, and I can start torquing them now. So the spec is 27 Newton meters. I'm going to do this in a crisscross pattern. Okay, so I've gone around all of the bolts in a crisscross pattern, and I'm going to do one final pass to make sure they're all torqued. And you can do this in order. And next I'm going to connect the coolant hose. And next I'm going to add my coolant. And once you've added coolant, it's important that you bleed any air that might have got trapped in the cylinder head using the bleeder screw here. So first you want to loosen it. And you want to loosen it until you can see coolant coming out, and I can see coolant there, so I'm going to re-tighten it. And then you can be certain that there's no air trapped. And once you've bled the cylinder head, be sure to top off the radiator. I lost a small amount of coolant, so I can see I need to top it off a little bit. And the spec for coolant level is 10 millimeters above the fins. So it's pretty dark in there. I use a small flashlight and look across the top, and you can see the level. So that looks fine. Okay, so that is the installation of the head complete. I'm going to do a compression test of the new head. So I'm going to take out the spark plug and connect up my compression tester. Okay, so I have the compression tester hooked up and I'm going to measure the compression of the two-stroke performance medium comp head. And that is reading just below 220 psi. It's probably about 218. So we've seen that the two-stroke performance medium comp head has more compression than the stock 2024 300 EXC TBI head. Also, the shape is somewhat different, as I showed earlier, and I think more optimal. In my next video, I'm going to be using the two-stroke performance ERM tool to reflash my ECU and upload the two-stroke performance map. So be sure to check that out if you're interested.